This is professional.
Oh, this isn't even working at all.
Try number 4 again.
I'm
this
trying.
Is so
What can you say about the legend, Yacht Crewzy? Paul Rozovic? Yacht
Correct.
Crewzy? What is
Hey,
it?
thanks.
He's a legend, Tim?
It's both.
He's a living legend, obviously.
Take your pick. I mean,
It
you know,
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your pick.
Greg, what do you guys say about this?
Do people tell you you're a living legend? I don't remember that happening before.
I went to my law school reunion just now, and when I said I'm coming here to talk about music, everyone was like, "Oh, you did music?
What the fuck is that?
What? Yeah, you know, we had no idea you did any of these things. You know, these are my law school contemporaries. They're like, "You were in a band? You did what?
Band?
You know, they had no idea.
Only for 40 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let me ask you, how did you start out playing music? Did you start out like in high school or college, or did you hook up with?
I was in Buff State, and I hooked up with Sherry Morowski and Jeff Schaefer. And,
I can read books.
Karen Rademacher. And it was called Blurred Crebos.
And then you guys got arrested outside of a house party.
Exactly.
And I remember that very well in Elmwood, right by 24-hour store.
We barely knew how to play any of our instruments, but what we did, we rotated. Like I'd do guitar for 3 songs, then I drummed for 3 songs, then I played bass for 3. Everyone, it was like on a rotational basis, and that's how we did our set.
Jeff Schaefer play guitar too?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
the Jeff Schaefer, man.
Holy
That's pretty
fuck.
cool.
Yeah, the Jeff Schaefer. He was on the show twice this year. I don't know if you were here for those.
Wow.
Were you here for those episodes?
Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one.
That's right.
He's my man. He was my he was my roommate on Potomac Avenue.
First time I saw Yacht was the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
1983, the Spider-Man.
The mod band.
Then during that early 80s period, that garage phase, if you will.
Garage,
And even if you won't.
Mod phase.
It was like this casino came into town from Long Island.
Paul Amy.
And and
SUNY Oswego.
And then Clark Fulkerson from Arcade and Attica Railroad.
Shaggy New Casino from Oswego State.
And
why do you guys
Skeeter Wolin from Brantford Place. Yeah. And all of a sudden, I'm going somewhere with this, Greg. Please.
Are you sure?
Please.
Where?
So, I mean, how did you guys all intertwine and connect? Because that's what our fans really want to know.
I got recruited to be in the Splat Cats through David Wolin.
You didn't mention Chris, you know.
Who had seen the Spider-Man play.
You didn't mention Chris, though.
Chris Neal.
Chris is forgotten by people.
It was called the Dave Clark Chris.
Yeah,
also.
It was the Dave Clark. It was 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what Joy Trotter called the band.
The Dave Clark
Chris.
Because before you two joined in, the 2 Pauls joined in.
They played her high school graduation.
But then when the Dave Clark Chris were together as a trio, they added 2 Pauls, and both of you said, "Fuck it, we're not Paul. I'm Yacht, and he's Casino. What the fuck? El Camino del Rayo. What the fuck?"
I don't know how that whole goofy band stage name thing came about.
Paul too,
I don't think it necessarily was because there were 2 Pauls.
We're getting a chronology here. You rehearsed up in Skeeter's upstairs attic, and
on Brantford
and your
Street.
taste was basically, the Nuggets set, basically.
I was all about mod stuff at the time, the Jam, the Who, and whatnot. But it was
Clark was all about the garage stuff.
Clark was about Iggy Pop and writing with lipstick on his chest.
But why all the covers?
Exactly, rubbing his crotch and whatnot.
Then why are there like 5 covers of Nuggets songs on your first EP?
The vast majority of the band geared that way towards the garage thing. Skeeter
was definite. Okay.
Yeah, Casino. Totally.
He doesn't
want
to be called Skeeter anymore, Greg. Would you want to be called Skeeter?
I never called him Skeeter. I always called him David.
No, I didn't like that name either. But I mentioned to it on the Facebook. I go, hey Skeeter, what's up? When he accepted my friend request, he goes, no one calls me that anymore, Tim. Nobody.
I know.
I mean, nobody.
I should that, Tim, because if he doesn't like it.
Years.
I like the guy. He's a Buffalo treasure, but
he's a treasure.
Years after he married Nancy Brennan, Skeeter. Nobody calls him that anymore, yeah.
Is that what it was? Oh, we're not
It's like being called pussy. Don't be
we're not
pussy Wolin.
Greg, we're not going to blame the woman today. We're not going to blame the woman.
Let's blame the women.
Yeah.
Let's blame Nancy.
It's not going to be Nancy
Nothing
Brennan.
to do with Nancy's.
It's all your fault. All your fault.
Right. It's all our fault,
Your
man.
fault.
That's Greg. That's my friend from Blaisdell. Big Bills fan.
Is he a living legend too?
All right.
He's
Half
son-
legend. Half legend.
All right.
He ran
Half
the marathon
legend.
for Damon College and
No
finished
fooling.
under 20. Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
fuck.
No.
He was a track star at Damon College and he blew out his knee. And
But he's not a living legend like Yaz.
No. I didn't blow out my knee, but my best mile was 412.
412,
That's
man.
great.
Yeah, you never
That's
thought you'd be on
412
with
better than
Greg,
me.
did you? You never thought you'd be on a show with Greg, did you?
No,
Never
no,
imagined in a
no.
million years.
Greg 2.
Greg 2. I'm Greg 1.
Yeah.
I'm Greg 1.
Well, now the two of you have to come up with different stage names because there's two of you
Yeah,
here.
2 Gregs, 2 Pauls.
So when he was in town, were you able to play at all, or no?
He's playing
When?
here tonight.
What?
You're playing with the Steam Donkeys.
No, he's
No.
playing here at our show.
I'll play a song
tonight.
here tonight.
Well, we haven't
though.
announced it on the show yet.
You just did.
No, the Steam Donkeys thing. You're playing like later on at Sportsman.
But we're going there, but he's not playing with them. He's just going to hang out.
Oh, he's going to hang out.
Gonna
But you're
hang.
not playing on any stages.
I might get called up on stage.
Well, you know,
We got to call
Steam
up on
Donkeys.
stage because you used to play with Buck Nudist, the legendary
Yes,
Buck
exactly.
Nudist.
If
Right.
the beer's
Yes.
free, then who cares,
Well,
right?
when I
right.
when I played the Sportsman's Tavern for my wedding, Sportsman's Sportsman's Tavern for my wedding. Paul, of course, my band's playing Bad Ronald. He jumped on stage. Did I ask him to come on stage?
Yes,
No,
you
all of a
did.
sudden-
No, yes,
all of a
you
sudden
did.
he's there.
You were
I
like,
asked you.
I saw the tambourine and you nodded. You nodded
Oh,
like
I nodded.
You nodded like
I
yes.
nodded.
Yes, you
I
nodded.
nodded like that.
That's a very interesting record. Now, this is the early years. Now, what period does that
Tim.
encompass?
This-
Sorry, go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry, go
Before
ahead.
you talk about the early '90s, I think you got this on the record for YouTube that you think you like Dark Marbles Live better than Lou Reed's music. You like Dark Marbles better than Lou Reed. That's what you said before the show started.
Well, Lou Reed's solos
Yeah.
suck.
I'm
you know
quite-
that.
and you
quite
like
flattered.
Dark Marbles better. That's
I
pretty
do.
good.
Yeah,
that
I do.
is really
I do.
for the
I do.
record.
I'm disagreeing.
I'm quite honored,
You're going to
Tim.
disagree? Greg doesn't like your music as good as Lou Reed, man.
No. I'm disagreeing with you.
That's cool, man. As long as you
Tim,
disagree with me.
you jumped though. You skipped over the Jack Lords.
Really?
You went from Splat Cats to Dark Marbles. This is the
Which-
chronology. We're
But
still
I just want to do this
No.
here.
But this
Greg.
is after the Jack Lords,
Greg,
right?
he did it correctly because the Dark Marbles were between the Splat Cats.
With the DiBiaseos?
Yeah.
No, with a totally different bunch.
Oh.
Do you have the?
Well, this is the early years, which makes you think it's with the DiBiaseos.
But-
You got a picture of them, and it says the early years.
but do you
know
have?
what I'm saying?
Do you have
Like Ken?
Do you have the variety pack? I could show
Yeah.
you the lineup from that.
I don't. What's
Nicky
in the other
Cruiser
room?
seems to like fit in with all these bands somewhere.
Nicky
and
Cruiser, how did she
And I
fit
don't.
in?
I don't.
But the first
I don't
version of the
want to know.
Dark Marbles was between the Splat Cats and the Jack Lord. It was just UB students and myself and
Because
Dave
you were
DiBiaseo.
you were kind of treading water.
Right. Exactly.
What happened with the Splat Cats? You quit,
They wanted to go on tour.
Yeah.
And I was just this
They
close.
went to Europe, man.
and you didn't want
Not at that point. They didn't.
They went with Crank Spector.
Yes,
Frank
exactly.
Sterlace.
Crank
I was
Spector.
this-
You
I
know,
was-
like, I think
Sterlace,
Crank might be a
yes.
better guitarist than you do.
I was this close to
Frank
finishing my
Sterlace.
master's at University of Buffalo, and they're
okay.
like,
Can't
"Oh, we
remember.
can't hold off on going on tour. We need to go on tour now." I'm like,
So you quit.
Clark gave you an ultimatum?
"Yes."
That
But
son
then-
of a bitch.
but then-
Fulkerson, you're going to pay for this.
That's fuck. He's a lovely gentleman.
So
I like
yeah.
his wife too.
Clark, I love you. You're a great
You were
guy.
just
man.
kidding,
God
of
bless- I
course.
miss that son of a gun.
They
I'm
got
telling you, I haven't
the-
seen
He
him
lives
around here in a
nearby,
while.
you know.
He does. He lives in Kaisertown?
No, he lives in
West
West Seneca,
Seneca.
right
Right,
near
okay.
us. I mean,
All right.
it takes
Yeah.
about 2 minutes in the car.
They got Angel
get him next time.
to,
Bring him over here.
We're going to get him over here.
Dude, there's like
replace me.
5 minutes waiting in the car, but most.
We can hear Clark go on. Yeah, okay.
Have you gotten him in here?
No,
Shaggy? Clark?
we haven't got him
Well,
in
not
years.
in for
Let's
Saracki
go.
Sterlace, but
No.
a lot of times in the old days.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're lucky to
Like
get Greg
20
in.
times.
All right.
We're lucky to get Greg too.
We were
Let's see a
lucky
shot
to
of
get Greg too. You know, he was in
Greg too, the
Blaisdell,
living
and
half legend.
I picked him up at a bar and I said, "We got to come on down here, man.
And what about
we
this?
got to have wings."
What
Sorry
about
about-
Harpo Marx over here?
Sorry about your knee, dude.
Yeah, he
What
blew
about
out his knee, man.
What about Harpo Marx over
My
here?
knee? What's the matter with my knee? No.
You broke your knee.
And what about Harpo Marx over here?
Kenny Vaughn.
Harpo Marx. He does not speak.
That's Kenny Vaughn.
He's on every show. He doesn't speak.
I talk.
Harpo Vaughn.
My knee's perfectly fine.
So you quit the Splat Cats, and then when you
formed the Dark Marbles.
No, hold on. I know the Dark Marbles, but that doesn't really fucking. That was treading water.
Nice.
The next thing that happened was Casino was going to start a band called the Jack Lords, and then he dropped the 2 guys from it, and he started Jack Lords with you instead. He had 2 other guys set ready to go for the Jack Lords.
I didn't know this.
You didn't know this?
No.
He had the name and everything.
No.
Yeah.
I was jamming with Buck at the time, and then, because I just said, Buck said, do you know any bass players? I was like, yeah, let's get Casino in, because he's...
But he's not a good bass player.
Casino learned bass over like Sid Vicious or
He was like Sid Vicious bass player.
2 weeks overnight,
Didn't he want to get a real bass player?
Remember, Casino cut his hand and was out of the Splat Cats because of his hand surgery.
But didn't you want to get a real bass player instead of bringing Sid Vicious? That doesn't make any sense.
No, Casino's got a great stage.
No bass playing ability.
Opitz chopped off Casino's
yeah, he did.
fingers.
When you're doing garage rock, do you need a lot of bass playing ability?
No, it's like Sid Vicious.
Exactly.
As long as you can be charismatic and look good.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And how did you get Adam?
From Clarence.
He just came out. He was just your friend.
Matthew Smith. Do you know Matt Smith?
Matt Smith. Yeah.
Matt naming. Yeah.
That Buck Naked name is horrible, isn't it?
This is
from
Matt's
Scott Carpenter and the Real McCoys.
This is Matt's brother.
Yeah.
No, a different Matt Smith.
Oh, different.
Clarence.
How many Matt Smiths are there?
Isn't it way better to be Buck Quigley than Buck Naked? That whole Buck Naked was nowhere. And where did Yad Crewzy come from?
Yad Crewzy is
because you're a Viking, right?
Yes, I'm a Viking. I speak Norwegian.
Right. Go ahead. Say a few things.
Say a few things in Norwegian.
Can we ask something?
Jeg elsker øl.
What's that?
Means I love beer.
Get him a beer. Here, have one of these, man.
Kan ni få smake litt grann av din øl der? Ja, tusen takk da.
I drink it already.
Fy faen i helvete. Jeg er veldig tørst.
And so the Jack Lords was... Casino had an idea. He was going to play with these 2 guys.
Yeah.
It was going to be a trio, a power trio. It was going to be the Jack Lords. And then he's like, oh, I'll keep the name. And he hooked up with you. That's what happened. Okay. You didn't even know about that, huh?
No, I did not.
I went to a party with him at the time. He's like, I got these 2 new guys, and we're going to be the Jack Lords. And then those guys just faded away. I don't remember who the hell it was now.
I wonder who that was before.
But
it was Blue, man. Blue
it was before Blue. It was before Blue. It was 2 guys that I knew.
I didn't know that.
And then
I brought Blue into the band.
Yeah.
And then
he brought him into the band.
We rehearsed.
How's Blue doing? Is he still in Austin? That poor sap.
Let's talk about Joy Trotter's purse. I don't know.
I lost track of a lot of these people over the years. Right. I have.
As in what's in it, or the color of it, or
what is your opinion of Joy Trotter's purse?
It's a very nice purse.
And what do you think of Joy Trotter?
She's a very nice person.
All right. No controversy.
All right. Okay. No controversy.
Yeah, Joy's pretty cool, man. I like her a lot. Yeah. Man. What do you think of her?
Joy
Greg?
Buzzer.
Yeah.
Joy Buzzer.
Joy Buzzer. That's right.
Kenny Vaughn. Is she gonna?
What do you think?
Nice. Kenny.
Yeah.
You don't even know who we're talking about, do you?
Doesn't matter. Joy's a good person with a good
you don't know. You couldn't even pick her out of a lineup, could you?
Maybe.
Joy's
maybe. Cool. Anyways. Paul, aren't you doing a song? Isn't he doing a song?
Yeah, let's hear a song.
All right.
What song are you doing?
I'm going to do
Turn Me Around.
Turn Me Around, yes.
Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer.
Kiss me.
No.
Turn Me Around. Milky Twilight, baby.
What is it? It's got a jam button, too.
Give me a beer while you're
Put the camera on him when he's singing.
I'm going to do what I wanted to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Are you tuned up?
Yeah, I'm tuned up.
All right, let's go.
1, 2, 3, go. It's all you. Smile.
Turn me around so I can see you look back at me. I like what I see. Turn me around and give me that smile that says, I think I know. You created a life where there was none before. You turn me around, you turn me around, you turn me around today. And when I kiss you, all my troubles disappear. And when I kiss you, all my troubles disappear. You turn me around. You turn me around. You turn me around.
What the hell is going on?
You turn me around, you turn me around, you turn me around today. Turn me around, turn me around. La la la, you turn me around today.
Whiskey.
That was too darn short as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I
Can you play
abbreviated
another
it.
one? One more. Come on. Let's
Seriously?
do Kiss Me, yeah, by
Kiss Me.
Sixpence None the Richer.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I could do a song off the 3-song EP that I put out.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, do that. What's it called?
It's called In Angola.
All right. Go
Angola
ahead.
rocks,
Angola.
man. Angola, we've been there, man. We partied there.
Don't
Just
fuck it
don't
up,
kiss
Paul.
me.
Yeah.
Good properly.
I'll try, Greg.
Okay.
It's been a while since I did this one.
I'm liking it.
We're miking it. That's it, man. Oh, that's down and dirty. Get down and dirty.
I want to stand at the edge of the world and feel the wind of 1,000 ages rushing right through me. And as I'm about to fall, you'll take my hand and we'll lay back in the sweltering sun. Oh, yeah. In Angola. I think this is the national song for the town of Angola. Here where the sea meets the sand. Nothing else matters. We could live here forever. And as I'm about to drown, you'll take my hand and we'll make love in the waters of Lake Erie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. In Angola.
Erie, Angola.
This is the
All right.
jump off with a big solo chunk.
Keep on, keep going. That's down dirty right there, man.
I want to go to the ends of the world. Look for hearts there in the wasteland. And as I'm about to die, your lips will touch mine and we'll live on forever. Oh, yeah. In Angola. In Angola. In Angola. New York, not the African country.
That's right. But you know what? There's something to be said for that African country as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to write a song about it.
I know, because you've never been there really, you know? I mean,
No.
how can you describe that experience? You're a world traveler, Yad.
Yes,
You've
I
been
am.
to Norway and Spain and Switzerland. And all
Not
those-
Spain, but Switzerland, yes.
Yeah, who hasn't?
Yeah.
No, I actually been to
Big
Switzerland.
fucking deal, Switzerland.
Greg, what are you going to add to isn't he great? Isn't this guy awesome? What a local talent. He should be in the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned.
Thanks,
Just
Timmy.
all this cover
Thanks.
somewhere.
He should
Dave
be.
DiBiasio's on the cover of this. I just hung out with him last month.
I've put the...
Can't really see him though because it's too.
Yeah, Dave and Pete DiBiasio.
Yeah, so, okay, there's Dave.
The Flying
Dave.
The Flying
There's
DiBiasio
Dave. There's
brothers.
Pete in L.A. This is Dave. And
I miss
now
those
in LA.
guys.
Dave,
Yeah.
I hung out with last month. That guy's great.
Those guys are Buffalo
He and
treasures.
Amy Faber. Those
Right there.
two are a great couple. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Amy Faber, man.
I asked him, I said, Dave, you don't drum anymore, huh?
no,
And he
not
said,
that
yeah,
one.
Amy Faber. She used to go out with Mad Dog Morley.
I remember that. Yeah.
He's got 2 drum kits, but he never uses
He
them.
says it's over on drums. He doesn't
Right.
care about it anymore. He doesn't give a damn. Don't you periodically do Dark Marble reunions, though, somewhere
Yes.
in Scottsdale, Arizona or somewhere?
No, in Long Lake, New York.
Yeah,
It's
Long Lake, New
happened,
York,
sure.
right.
And in Buffalo at
Greg,
the
I'm
Lou
gonna-
Reed thing.
Greg,
The
I'm
Lou
gonna
Reed
give
night
you-
was great.
I'm going to give you a story about how he first became. I've always heard the Dark Marbles in Buffalo. Okay, I've always heard about him.
Yeah.
Okay, they disappeared. He did his thing in North Creek or whatever in Long Lake.
Long Lake, yeah.
And all of a sudden, I decided to go down, take a train down to protest the Republican National Convention in
You
2004.
often do that, yeah.
And I didn't really know the area that well, downtown, the financial district. I didn't know the area that well. And me and Kim were looking for a bar to hang out at.
Yeah.
And we saw this place that looked akin to Mohawk Place. It looked really cool. I mean, what Mohawk used to be, not what it is now, but what it used to be.
It's the same thing. It's brought back to life, isn't it? Isn't it the exact same thing now?
And
I knew that was coming.
and no.
Is that a no?
And, listen. And we walked in. It was called the Orange Beer. There was
Tribeca.
nobody
Right.
there. Yeah, there was
Tribeca.
nobody there in the place.
Just
It
you
was
and
like
Kim.
someone's like flop house, like some living room kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I said, "Wow, this is a really cool place, man. I never heard of this place before."
No.
And then all of a sudden, I'm posing behind it. Kim wanted to shot at me behind, sitting on a chair.
Yeah.
And behind me, there's a Dark Marbles poster. I'm going,
What the fuck?
holy cow! That brings it all back home.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bringing it all back
Yeah.
home. Yeah,
Just like Bob Dylan, bringing it all,
all back home.
man.
Yeah, like Bob Dylan.
Just like-
in '65.
It brought it all back home to me.
Brought it all back home.
That was one of our favorite clubs in New York City.
Yeah, it's closed now.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
But
yeah.
the Orange Bear was a great club to play in
Yeah.
in Manhattan.
But you can bring Dave DiBiasio, my favorite person, out of retirement for a Dark Marbles reunion eventually.
I've tried. I tried to
Don't
get it.
stop
I tried to get him to
believing.
come to Nietzsche's and do the Lou Reed thing.
Oh, it was great. He should have sung a Lou Reed night. You didn't go. I
What
don't know
song
why.
did he
Tim.
do? Sweet Jane?
We
They
did Sweet
that. He
Jane.
did Sweet Jane.
Everyone
And we
does
did,
Kathy's
I
vocal
want to
on
hear
it.
Lady Godiva's Baby.
We did.
Yeah, that's
waiting,
a good one.
We did Waiting
With
for My Man,
Tails.
Yeah.
Hanging Round.
Waiting
But
for
when
the
you-
man.
Sweet
And-
Jane was the best because Kathy's vocal was so soulful. It was unbelievable.
And we did Lisa Says.
But her vocal on
Lisa
Sweet Jane was so
says,
damn soulful. It's
I've come to
it was tearing my hair
hate
out.
Greg's body.
And all that it requires in this world.
Greg, you're rocking, buddy. Look at that body.
Look at those abs.
You know,
man.
Man, he's been doing a six-pack
It's
here every
funny
day.
because on the way here,
Let's see your abs, buddy.
Paula said to me, "You don't like depressing songs like Angel
Right.
of Death by Yad
Right.
Crewzy."
Right.
I said, "I like Candy Says." I started singing Candy Says. I come to hate
Candy
my body.
Says.
Who said-
And all that require-
Who said they didn't like?
Brothers,
Who said
Candy-
they didn't like Angel of Death?
No. Are
Black
you listening
Angel's
to all-
Death song.
Watch this recording on YouTube. I said,
Greg, I
was in the
love
car.
Black Angel Death song.
I said I like Angel of Death. She
Oh.
said she liked Angel of Death by
Okay.
Yad Crewzy. Then she said, but I thought you didn't like depressing songs. I said I love them. What about that Velvet Underground song about hating your body and all it requires
Right.
in this world?
Yeah.
And he just brought it up just
now
now.
there's
But
Stephanie
Sweet Jane-
says, there's Lisa says, there's Candy
there's
says.
Candy says,
Yes.
there's Caroline says.
Why isn't there-
Caroline says?
Why isn't
Caroline
there what
Fulkerson.
Joy says?
There's no Joy says. Joy
How come
Trotter
there's no
says.
Joy Trotter says?
There's a Caroline. That makes sense.
Lou,
yeah.
Lou Reed
Lisa.
never met Joy.
I guess
obviously.
not.
You know.
But he met Basil.
No, but he met. She
met
knows
Basil.
Tony Conrad,
Yeah.
and Tony Conrad thought of the Velvet Underground name,
Yes.
and he was in the
Yeah.
band with Cale and Lou Reed back in '64.
But Lou Reed
so it
met-
all ties together.
1 degree of separation. There.
Yes. There's
But
a
Greg-
photo in the Velvet
Greg,
Underground.
Lou Reed met Basil. Basil
Oh, I
opened-
know.
Basil's band opened
That's
up
right. Lou
for,
did a photo of Lou Reed and Basil, and she has her top off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tim, were you around when Nico came to town and played in Buffalo
Yeah.
above
Nietzsche's.
the Casa de Pizza?
Yeah, yeah.
She was great. No, she
Yeah.
played at Neat.
Sucked.
She played
Yeah.
at.
I was like 16 at the time, but I
Put me right to
She
sleep.
played at Good Bar too. You know.
Oh, she did.
Good
I was
Bar.
probably
Yeah.
two by then.
Mr.
You weren't
Goodbar.
even born,
When
son.
you think of Mr. Goodbar, you always think of
He's
Nico.
from the 90s.
When you think of Mr. Goodbar, you always think, what music would be at Mr. Goodbar? Nico playing live.
I'm 25.
I think of Dave Wave when I
But-
think of Mr.
26
Yeah.
next week.
Maybe
Dave Wade.
recreate this.
Dave-
At the Lou Reed night, he jumped in the air and he fell.
Dave Wave.
He fell on the stage.
Yeah.
It was
Stage
yes,
antics.
He fell on the stage. He did one of those splits and he fell on the stage.
I tried doing a Pete Townsend leap in the
It
air.
did not
you know?
work.
Really?
It worked fine. What are you talking
You
about?
fell on the You fell on stage.
That was all planned.
Oh, you wanted to hit the deck. You wanted to go.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I did.
And you broke your.
For effect, I didn't break anything.
But
so were you in the Steam Donkeys or
when
no?
you're an old pro like
he wasn't
like
in the
me.
Steam Donkeys.
No, he was never in the Steam Donkeys.
Jumping on stage with a guitar, you know.
Now the Steam Donkeys. Do you like that country crap or no? I mean, because it's country crap.
No, I love that
right?
shit.
You like it a lot.
Oh, I love it.
We're going tonight.
Absolutely love
Party
it.
on.
I can see Odd's taste in music with the jam and the modern.
I know you like the jam and you like
the creation. I can also see.
But where I live now, it's just country.
Right,
but do you like the country crap that Steam Donkeys do or not? That's all I'm asking you.
I don't like the pedal steel sound.
No, it's bullshit.
But I like
faux,
I like Johnny Cash and old country.
Old country.
Hank
Classic
Williams,
country.
classic country. Yeah. But when I tune in and
you don't
I
like
listen
George Strait?
No.
Oh, my exes.
You don't like Tug McGraw?
What about Jason Aldean? Jason Aldean?
Jason Aldean.
To me, modern country has the same musical the same session musicians.
Twain?
The same musical sessions players are doing every damn thing,
Yeah,
like got a different vocalist.
Jason
But the old days used to have the same
Jason
session fucking musicians, and a lot of the people in Nashville, Bob Dylan come in, they do the same people behind him, Ringo Starr come in, they have the same people behind him, but the same people that were backing up George Jones would be backing up Dylan and Ringo.
It's just such a uniform sound with country music now.
It was uniform back then too, buddy!
I know.
Well, then what's the difference?
What about D.S. Rucker?
You're saying uniform, that's pejorative, but if they were uniform back then and uniform now, what's the problem? Is it too poppy for you?
Yes.
Is it too sleek?
Slick.
Too slick
It is.
and poppy.
Yes.
There's not enough grunge to it.
It's not simple. Country used to be simple music.
What happened to my clock?
You see that song? The problem with that song, Yad, is it reminds me too much of REO's Speed Dealer.
Well, tell Richard that.
Sorry.
It does, man. REM, sorry.
REM, not REO Speedwagon. REO and REO
Speed Dealer.
You mixed it up a little bit.
Are you watching the clock, Tim?
I'm watching.
I was a huge REM fan back in the late 80s and 90s. So
it makes sense.
So this song sounded like
Rickenbacker guitar, just like Peter Buck or whatever.
REM are so fucking uniform with their sound. I don't like that uniform.
Who do you like better, the 10,000 Maniacs with Lombardo or REM?
Yeah. They toured together too.
REM.
They toured together,
REM.
John was on a tour with
Did you ever jam with Lombardo before?
REM.
No.
What do you think of him as a musician?
I've seen them with Mary Ramsey. The duet.
Right.
I think they're pretty good.
I thought they were
pretty
great.
solid.
Yeah.
Greg, what do you think?
Okay.
What do you think, Greg? You okay with
When you keep saying Greg, I keep thinking you're talking about me. You're never
talking about you
always
too.
asking
What do you
him.
think?
That's Greg too over there.
I like the band with
You
the
could just butt in whenever
the
moment
coming up.
the opportunity strikes.
I thought Pete,
upcoming gigs?
Lombardo is a very talented musician.
He really is.
He is. His music may no longer have a scrotum.
Oh my God! We stop with that bullshit.
I just, I mess with
He's
the guy.
a good songwriter.
He's a good songwriter.
Because you love him. Because you love him.
I do. He's a Cincinnati Reds fan. How can you not love him?
He was here, when you weren't here about 3 weeks ago.
You
know that?
That's the basis on.
Tim, you know that
that's the whole base.
You know Lombardo was in his chair about a month ago.
I know, and I had to go.
No, you didn't come. No,
I didn't come. I went.
You didn't come. No.
Well, you got close to it, right?
Yeah.
Greg, we're gonna ask what's up in your life, man. What do you got? A plug for your business, man?
It's a half legend.
Quick.
I work for Danby. If you want your roof done, call Danby.
Danby.
864-1052.
And you'll be heading up to North Creek soon, or
Long Lake. Yeah.
Long Creek.
The summer is short, but the lake is long.
And when are you coming back into town to jam on the one of these many stages?
Jam.
Oh, well, it sounds like Greg, number one, is going to organize another Lou Reed tribute night. Or
that's awesome.
I believe that what's his name from Irving Claus will be.
David will do it again.
He'll do it.
Guitarist. Yeah.
The thing is, I've never had this much fun since Lenny Revelle was on.
It was a good time, Greg. I got to say.
I hope you can visit us again sometime on Saturday when you're in town.
I want to hear from Kenny Vaughn before we sign off, though, Greg.
You're very entertaining.
Thank you very
Kenny,
much.
can we?
What about you, Harpo?
Yeah.
All right.
We got to hear
How are
Kenny.
your headphones? Are both your headphones working?
No,
or
no,
one
Kenny,
side's fucked up?
Greg, I want to hear Kenny, please.
You got any
of course,
upcoming
Tim.
gigs coming up?
I play open mics in Long Lake.
In
so
Long
the
Lake,
Dark
so-
Marbles.
What's the
who
bar
knows?
for music there in Long Lake? Well,
It's the hotel.
The hotel?
Yeah, it's right on the lake. It's a beautiful setting.
Is this called Long Lake Hotel?
It's called the Adirondack Hotel.
Okay, I'll look it up, man. That's cool. All right.
And they got live
Greg,
music.
what do you got to say, man? Well, this has been a good show, buddy.
This has really been a good show. Thanks to Yod Crewzy, living legend.
And thanks to Greg too.
Greg, too.
Greg Louganis.
And that's it for us, folks. We're going to be signing off. We'll be back next week.
Thank you guys for having me.
With a bunch of good people. We don't know who yet.
Amy Smarts, hopefully.
Amy Smarts.
And Michael Snyder, hopefully.
Hopefully we can get the lovely Ashley Ligamera.
I hope Amy and Michael come back.
Whatever her name is.
That would be nice.
I don't know. I don't think she likes me
Amy and Michael coming back would be nice.
Amy and Michael would be nice.
That would be nice.
And Joy Trotter, too, would be nice. And Beth Lewitzki.
Joy Trotter is a judge. She's not coming on.
See you later. Bye.
That's coming.
Bye.
Is that it? Is that the timeout?
Later.
She'll